Alex Thompson had always craved a quiet life. At 35, after a decade of wrangling rowdy high school history students, he decided it was time to escape the chaos. 6 months ago, he bought a cozy cabin at the end of a secluded dirt road, nestled deep in a forest of towering pines. It was his sanctuary, a place where he could sip coffee on the porch, watch the leaves rustle, and let his loyal golden retriever, Max, roam freely without the grind of urban noise. Little did he know, peace came with an unexpected price tag. His new neighbor, Karen Whitaker. Karen was a force of nature, or so she liked to think. In her mid-50s, she'd retired as the president of a mid-sized tech firm, trading boardrooms for what she called community leadership. She fancied herself the unofficial captain of the neighborhood watch, patrolling the area with a clipboard and a judgmental glare. From the moment Alex moved in, Karen made her presence known. One crisp autumn morning, as Alex let Max out for a run, he spotted her lurking near his fence, snapping photos of the dog with her phone. "Excuse me," Alex called out, striding over. Karen didn't flinch. "Your mutt doesn't meet aesthetic standards around here," she said flatly, her voice dripping with superiority. "We have community guidelines, property values depend on it. You should consider a more refined breed." Alex laughed it off at first, chalking it up to eccentricity, but her lecture on upholding standards left a sour taste. The intrusions escalated subtly at first. Karen began using Alex's private road for her daily walks, strutting down it like it was a public park. "It's for the good of the neighborhood," she'd say when confronted, waving dismissively. Then came the warning from another neighbor, Lisa, a quiet widow who lived a few houses down. Over coffee one afternoon, Lisa leaned in conspiratorially. "The last owner bolted out of here overnight. Just watch yourself with Karen's got a way of making life hell." Alex probed for details, but Lisa clammed up, muttering something about not wanting trouble. He dismissed it as small-town gossip, but soon he noticed Karen's binoculars glinting from her window, tracking his every move. When he left for groceries, when Max barked at squirrels. Paranoia? Maybe, Alex thought. Or perhaps she was just bored. But boredom turned to malice. One evening, Alex found an ensign notice taped to his door, accusing him of pet violations and excessive noise. Immediate compliance required. It read, threatening fines. Days later, another arrived, this one masquerading as an official letter from the city planning office, demanding he halt unauthorized renovations that didn't exist. Alex's blood boiled. He called the city hall himself. No records, no complaints. It was all fabricated. Fuming, he hammered up private property, no trespassing signs along the road, hoping that would end it. It didn't. Weeks later, Alex returned from town to find Karen on his lawn with a slick realtor named Tom Jenkins. They were pacing the yard, Tom jotting notes on a tablet. "What the hell is this?" Alex demanded, storming out of his truck. Tom looked sheepish. "Sorry, Monty thought the place was for sale. She said you were listing it." Karen crossed her arms, smirking. "You don't fit in here, Alex. This community's for people who value harmony. Maybe relocate before things get complicated." The veiled threat hung in the air like smoke. Alex's face reddened. He ordered them off, then bolted to the hardware store for a heavy chain and padlock to secure his gate. He added bold, "not for sale" signs for good measure, his hands shaking with rage. Karen's retaliation was swift and vicious. The next day, she pounded on the locked gate, Tom trailing awkwardly behind her. "This is illegal. You're obstructing public access," she shrieked, her voice echoing through the pines. Alex watched from his window, heart pounding, refusing to engage. But the real blow came via mail, a court summons from the so-called Willow Creek Homeowners Association, suing him for violating covenants and blocking community pathways. Alex had never joined any HOA. The documents looked official, but suspicious: redacted sections, mismatched fonts. Desperate, he hired a sharp lawyer, Michael Reynolds, who spotted the red flags immediately. "This reeks of fraud," Michael said, agreeing to take the case despite the mounting costs. "But it'll be a fight." The harassment didn't stop at paper. Anonymous flyers appeared in neighbors' mailboxes, branding Alex a disruptive menace. Beware the aggressive newcomer, noise complaints, threats, even dog attacks. Whispers spread like wildfire. At a local barbecue, Faces turned away when Alex approached. Old friends suddenly had prior commitments. Lisa pulled him aside one night. "Karen's telling everyone you're dangerous," said Max, lunged at her, "that you've threatened violence." Alex felt isolated, trapped in his own home. The legal fees piled up, draining his savings. Michael warned it could drag on for 2 to 3 years, costing $40,000 to $60,000. Then came Karen's peace offering, delivered by her lawyer. Pay a $5,000 fine, issue a public apology, and move out or face worse. Alex stared at the letter, exhaustion creeping in. Was surrender the only way out? Just as despair set in, Michael called with a breakthrough. Digging through county records, he uncovered the truth. The dirt road was a public easement, not HOA property. Karen's documents had been doctored, easement references erased, signatures forged by professionals. "This isn't just civil, it's criminal," Michael said, eyes gleaming. They pivoted to a countersuit for harassment, fraud, and emotional distress, with plans to refer it to prosecutors. Alex felt a spark of hope amid the storm. The court hearing was a powder keg. Karen's attorney, David Goldstein, strutted in with a stack of forged papers, claiming the HOA owned everything outright. He painted Alex as a rogue outsider undermining community values, his arguments laced with controversial jabs about preserving traditional neighborhoods from urban transplants. The gallery murmured, divided, some nodded in agreement. Others shifted uncomfortably, questioning the HOA's unchecked power. But Michael dismantled it piece by piece during cross-examination. "Notice the font inconsistencies? The dates that don't align? Digital manipulation screams forgery." An expert witness took the stand, projecting side-by-side comparisons, authentic county maps versus Karen's altered versions. The judge's face hardened. "This is blatant fraud," she ruled, dismissing the case and ordering the HOA just Corinto reimburse Alex's fees. Gasps rippled through the room as broader revelations emerged. Karen had pulled this scam on 3 previous owners, forcing sales below market value to flip for profit. It was a predatory scheme, exploiting HOA loopholes to bully and bankrupt. The fallout was explosive. The district attorney launched a criminal probe. Karen faced 5 to 7 years under fraud statutes, her empire crumbling. David Goldstein withdrew hastily, citing ethical concerns to save his license. Neighbors, once manipulated, flooded Alex with apologies. "We were fools to believe her," one said at an impromptu block party celebrating the victory. Karen sold her house in a fire sale and vanished, her assets seized to cover over $200,000 in damages to her victims. The case set a precedent, exposing HOA abuses nationwide and emboldening others to fight back against similar tyrants. In the end, Alex's cabin stood secure, a testament to resilience. He added a cheeky sign at the gate. "Private trespassers will be prosecuted to the fullest." The ordeal had hardened him, teaching that bullies thrive on silence, that truth demands a battle, and that resisting fraud isn't just personal, it's a moral imperative. In a world quick to side with the loudest voice, Alex's stand sparked debates. Were HOAs guardians of community or tools for the power-hungry? His story lingered, a cautionary tale of how one person's greed could unravel lives, and how fighting back could rewrite the ending.